Shalom. I do want to start off this lesson by saying all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. For giving the opportunity to do a lesson today. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. My name is RAWCHAA for the Camp of Prophets in Babylon. And this lesson I do want to get into today is about a future event. Art of how the kingdoms of all these nations are going to be happy. All right, everybody's going to be happy in the kingdom of heaven. All right, especially Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, because we're the one who caught all the hell, and we are the one that is being in the captivity to this day. All right, but in the kingdom of heaven, Israel's going to rule. Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are going to rule above these nations, and righteous leaders are going to be ruling over these nations. All right, and we're not going to be judging these heathens and wickedness and unrighteously. We're going to be ruling in righteousness. All right, causing the whole world to be rejoiceful, because everybody in this earth right now and the ruler of Esau, Edom, they're depressed, they're sad, they're lonely. Everybody doesn't know what's going on. Suicide rates is all over the place. People are just done with this place. All right, and the reason why is in verse 2 in this scripture right here. It says what? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right, and who's ruling the world? Why everybody mourning? Because the wicked is in rulership. All right, Job 9:24. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covered the face of judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? All right, that's Esau, Edom, the white man. He's the one who's ruling the whole world and making everybody feel depressed. Everybody hate each other. Everybody don't want to try to communicate with one another. Love have been waxed cold. Book of Matthew says what? The love of many have waxed cold. And you could see in the streets. Little things tip people off every day now. You could do something by accident, it'll curse you out. Why? Because the love have gone. The righteous ruling is not on earth, and everybody just being dealt treacherously. And what inspired me to do this lesson is this woman right here that had committed suicide. All right, you see right now, she seems happy. She's like a representation of America. Everybody's playing along to just be happy, but inside they're all just sad and depressed, and that's all part of their demeanor. Even you prophesying the highways and byways, they be looking down. Yeah, they be acting happy, they be laughing, but in reality, they fake to one another. All right, and why? It's because because the wicked is in rulership, you know. And this video really inspired me to do this lesson, because when Esau gets down, everybody's going to rejoice. Yes, the heathens are going to go into captivity, but at least they don't have no wicked person above them anymore, bombing them every single day, giving them strange philosophy that overthrow their government, being destroyed by strange things. At least they're going to be ruled through righteousness. At least they're going to be happy again, you know. So let me basically play this video real quick so you can see it. He's a doctor. He goes into like, you know, mental stuff, all that stuff. But I just want to get into this point of basically, this is the state of America. This is the state of the whole world. Depressed, sad. All right, and it's gonna get worse. But when Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans get in the kingdom, when Yahawashi comes down and destroy Esau, Edom rulership, is all this going to be taken away. All that sorrowful mourning, all that. Look, even the book of Psalms 91 says what? Israel's going to be happy in their beds. Why? Because we're not going to be worried about no damn bills. You other nations might be worrying about it, but at least it's not going to be as hard as what Esau, Edom doing. Bucking everybody, giving everybody GMO foods. Right here, making sodomites having HIV damn near everywhere you go. You know, it's going to be clean. It's going to be in order. And you're going to be justified by the actions. You know? That's how it's going to be. So let's play the video real quick.
This is what depression can look like. This was 12 hours before she took her life. This is smiling depression. It's the worst kind. She's masking her pain. In some cases, a suicidal person can appear calmer or happier once they've made a decision to end their life. This change comes from a feeling of relief. It's not because they're feeling
spiritual. That's Jake right there. That's all Jake. And ultimately, that's everybody in the whole world. That's ultimately everybody in the whole world. Why? Because the wicked is in rulership. The wicked that doesn't consider about the poor, that doesn't think about righteous decrees, that doesn't think about humbling himself and doing what's right. They only think about money, fame, power, grabbing everything they want. Habakkuk chapter 2 talks about it. How what Esau Edom, how his characteristic is. He speaks smooth words, but he's just thinking about how he will overthrow you. That's who's in rulership. That's who's in rulership. Everybody's mourning. But when he destroyed, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be rejoicing because the righteous is going to be rulership. So going back to the scripture, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, it says this: when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And everybody around the world is mourning. Everybody is just depressed. Everybody is gone. No hope, no nothing. All right, people are trying to make it into this world, but it's really not nothing, because this world is not nothing. There's nothing there. You know, they don't have YAHAWASHI. They don't have stuff like the you know, because nobody have given them the righteous rulership. All right, they're in the wicked. They're under Esau Edom. Verse 3 said, whoso loveth wisdom rejoice his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. And that's, you know, that's true. If you love wisdom, you love your father. But if you love company with a harlot, with woman, you're going to be damn near drained out every single day. I want to go down straight to the point. Right here, verse 7 says this. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 7 says this: the righteous considereth the cause of the poor, all right, but the wicked regardeth not to know it. All right, and that's Esau Edom in this day and age. Esau Edom don't consider about the poor in this day and age. And you can look at the American political party. Our American political party thinks about their own pockets. Think about the people that's above them. Think about the companies. And what is that causing? It's causing many people to lose houses. Can you pay mortgage? Can you afford to pay rent? Or living paycheck to paycheck. Being bucked by many other scams. Some of them just selling their bodies. Women are coming to the conclusion that might as well sell their bodies. And what does Esau do? Oh, he celebrates that. He broke that. How does he appraise it? How does he push that out? Through the music industry, through social media, through TikTok. He pushes it out every single day. That's how Esau Edom is. The righteous will consider the poor and try to make sure the poor could live and they could have a normal life. But the wicked, they don't care. They don't care about it because they care about themselves. They don't care about, that's Esau Edom. He's a liar, a person that cares about himself and will do anything to have everything to himself. All right. Verse 8 says this: scornful men bring the city into snare, but a wise man turn away wrath. All right, Esau Edom, this man, he's a cruel lord. Donald Trump is the person that does it. He doesn't turn away wrath. He influences it, and he starts bringing in more wrath. Esau Edom's a prideful man that doesn't like to humble himself. He always want to be God and just want to be his feelings and destroy everything that he wants. That's how he is. You know, and even though he has everything he wants, he will still take more. I don't know why. It's just him, because he just wants to be a godly figure in America. All right. A wise man contended with contended with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul. You know. So the bloodthirsty hates uprightnesses. You know, the bloodthirsty, they will love to kill. They love to kill the upright. They hate the upright. Why? Because they jealous of them, because they're doing good. They just doing bad, and they're, you know, that's Esau, you know. All right, who's the upright? Who's the one that's crying out for Esau to stop persecuting them? And Jake, Israel's so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. They be crying out saying, stop persecuting us. And what does Esau Edom do? He still persecutes you Jakes. And no, he doesn't do it through whippings or through or chains. He do it through paycheck. He do it through bondage. He do it through of taxes. He F you guys up. That's the bloodthirsty. And he does it to everybody else in America, around the whole world. They just seek out the soul, try to repent, try to, you know, bond. But the thirsty Esau Edom, he's a man that just wants war. All right. A fool utter all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterward. Verse 12. A ruler hearken to lies. all the servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lightened both their eyes. The king that faithful judgment the poor, his throne shall be established forever. And is Esau Edom doing that? Is Esau Edom a man that will judge righteously to the poor? No, he's not. That's why his kingdom is not lasting forever. That's why his kingdom is coming to naught. And very soon, everybody's going to see that America's going to be utterly destroyed. And rightfully so, because this place is the wicked. It judges unrighteously. It destroys families, destroys crops, destroys nature. It brings everybody depressed. You think YAHAWASHI have not seen that wickedness in heaven? Have you think that he's on his throne and he didn't hear nothing? He hears all those mourning. He's going to come for vengeance. Especially what you got done to the people that he loved the most, Israel, so-called Negroes like to an American, people that he kept separate to be the rulers above the nations. He's coming, Yahushua is coming back for blood. He's coming back for blood for what you got done to Jake. All right, because this is the conscience of Jake and the whole world depressed. They just faking it. And who caused it? Esau Edom. He's the, when brothers be in the camp be saying Esau Edom is a cancer of the earth, he is literally the cancer of the earth. He's literally, that's not no figurative, that is figurative speech, but he is literally it's just the cancer of the earth. He's the problem. And for everybody to be happy, he gotta go. He got to go. He got to be destroyed, put down, genocide, slaughtered. He just got to go. All right, because this man is really a problem on earth. Because people are just trying to live life, and Esau Edom, the demon that he is, want to come up and be like, "Oh, buddy, you should do this. Oh, well, took your family. Oh, took your girl. Oh, took your house. Oh, took your land." Like, that's Esau Edom. And then when you say that you did wrong, what does Esau Edom do? Oh, well, too bad. What? You know? So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to Esau Edom? He's going to be destroyed. Israel's going to be put on top. And everybody's going to rejoice. Let's grab a scripture real quick. 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. And I really was meditating about this. I saw this video a long time ago, but I was meditating about it because I wanted to make a video. And it got me thinking of how the world is and how Esau Edom fucked it up. Because it was not like this. The world before America or past Esau Edom rulership was in peace. People were loving one another. People were enjoying. People didn't care about how other, comparing yourself to other people, have the same mental mindset. The kids loved their father. The woman loved the man loved the woman. It was never like this. Now it's more spread out. And ever since of Esau Edom influence all around the world, everybody started hating one another. This is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's Esau Edom. It's his philosophy. It's this man is just a problem of the world. As soon as this man ruled, we had we about to enter the third World War III. like in your own rulership, you caused 2 great wars around the world. Now we're about to enter the third one. This man is a personification of Esau, of Satan. He's a human form of Satan, of just a demon, being a complete degenerate. He's just a man that just want to do what he wants to do, and you can't tell him shit about it. Because if you do try to tell him, he'll bug out. He starts. I can't have it, and nobody can. He's like that. That's what type of characteristic Esau Edom is. And he has to be put down. All right, 2nd Esdras 6, verse 9 says this: "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it. So since of his unrighteous ruling and his unrighteous decrees, he talks crap to the YAHAWASHI too. How does he do it? By picturing the Most High being a sodomite, the finger picture, and painting the only begotten son as a white Caesar Borgia hippie. All right, because of his wicked rulership, he's gonna be his world is gonna end quickly. All right, and who's gonna come up? Jacob is the beginning that followeth. All right, first phone is the elect, 144,000. They're gonna be saved out of America because they repented and they changed their ways. They know they're gonna, get the new bodies, have the laws within themselves, and they're gonna teach the whole world righteousness. Through them, they're gonna teach the whole nation. Well, obviously, gonna beat the nation behind because the nations are, bugged out. but they're going to be in order, and they're going to teach the whole world in righteousness. And the whole world's going to be, they're going to learn, and they're going to enjoy the righteousness. Because they're going to be like, damn, this is actually sound doctrine. This is actually life. The woman's going to start loving their man now. Man's going to start loving their woman. Kids going to start respecting their parents. People's going to start respecting each other. Kind to one another. Respectful. Somebody gets mad, turn away wrath with just smooth words. Keep it peaceful. Love one another. They're all going to have peace. And nobody won't have no reasoning of committing suicide except for Esau, because he's going to get his ass whooped. But everybody else is going to be happy. Everybody's going to be rejoicing in those days. Why? Because Israel is going to be ruling. All right. I want to grab the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. I forgot where the scripture is at in chapter 14, but it talks about how the heathens will be in their at rest. Why? Because Israel is in rulership. All right. Actually, let's get that. It's right here. Isaiah 14 verse 7 says that the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. And when place is quiet, that means they're at rest. They're at peace. When somebody's quiet, they're in comfort. They're joyful. When you're a happy person, quietness become a beautiful music to your ears. They break forth into singing. Does this look like happy singing to you? Slakia, let me lower down the volume real quick. Does it look like happy singing to you? Does it look like she's happy? No, man. That's fakeness. That's Esau Edom world. They dancing, they happy, but that's not happy. That's just, depressed. They're not in rejoice. They're not singing. Why? Because the wicked is in the rulership. Because when he be put to death, we're gonna be ruling. Yeah, the fir trees, verse 8 says what? Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee. At Israel. Because what? There's no deforestation. You're not gonna see no chemtrails destroying the trees and using chemicals to force the grass to grow, and we don't give them rest. And a cedar of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, since who are laid down? Esau, Edom. No feller is come up against us. So they're going to be rejoicing those days. Who from be rejoicing? The other nations. Or even the trees. Even Israel. Definitely Israel. They're going to be the people who's going to receive first. They're going to be the top nations. But the other nations, they're going to be receiving peace too. They're going to be under us, yeah. And they're going to be servitude under us, yeah. They're going to, if they don't follow us, they're going to be put to death. But other than that, they're going to be rejoicing because they're going to be ruled righteously. If somebody did them wrong, we're going to judge the person that did them wrong. We're not going to be demons to the nations. Why we need to do that? It's going to be just. It's going to be justification. And people's going to rejoice. That's the whole point of the lesson. We're not going to have this in the kingdom of heaven. Something called depression. We're not going to have that in the kingdom of heaven. There's going to be no such thing as depression in the kingdom of heaven. In those days, we're going to be like, what is that? What is depression? Because everybody's going to be rejoicing, except for Esau Edom, because he's getting it the worst. He is getting it the worst. He's getting it the worst. Because the whole world in those days, they're going to hate the white man. They're going to hate Esau Edom. And no, not all white people are actually Edomites. Some of them are actually Israelites too. So I would say everybody will hate Esau Edom. I'll say white, but not all white people are Esau Edom. But they're gonna hate and when I say white people, I'm talking about the elites, them up there people. The what do you call them? The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the banker families, dumb people up there. All right, because your everyday white people here, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. They're going to receive judgment too because they're part of our persecution, but they don't know what's going on. They regular Joe. They just trying to live. But the upper nonchalant Edomites, they're going to get it the worst, man. They're going to get it the worst. Their whole generation going to get it the worst. Amalekite too, they've been living off the paycheck of the people money and been leading the world in wickedness, bombing people for no reason. They're screwed. They're going to Their judgment is high. Their judgment is gonna be top notch. All right, but I just want to get into this lesson because this is the state of the world. You know, the state of the world is mourning because the wicked is in rulership. But very soon, the righteous is gonna rule, and all this mourning is gonna disappear. All this sadness, all this depression, all that is gonna be gone because righteousness is gonna be ruling. Righteous is gonna be considering the poor. The righteous is gonna be putting what's right and wrong and what's wrong and right separately, putting people in order, man over the woman. All right, the man to love their wives and let the wives love their men. The kids be in order. People have respect for one another. Be kind. Be honest. Don't be, don't commit adultery. Love yourself. Take your time. Be patient. All that is gonna be taught in the kingdom of heaven. All right, eat the dietary laws. Do right. Be healthy. Don't eat these abominable squids. Don't eat no pork. You see, you Asian people, you be wondering why you have worms in your body. You're not supposed to be eating pork in the damn first place. But anyways, I digress because the law is for Israel, so-called Negroes like to an American. But some of you Jakes over there, some of you Asians are actually Israelites too. So that's why y'all getting confounded over there too, because you guys are not supposed to have that. You know? But that's all I want to get into today. Always edified by this lesson. I do want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, for giving the opportunity to do this lesson. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostle GREATMILLSTONE for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. Shalom.